The rivalry between Denis Cyplenkov and Andrey Pushkar is one of the most significant in the history of the whole sport, defined by a decade of elite competition and a deep mutual respect. So here is the chronological breakdown of their battles during Denis's peak. The two faced off at almost every major tournament, with the results becoming increasingly competitive. In 2010, Denis defeated Pushkar on both the right and left hands at the Nemiroff World Cup. The right was very dominant for Denis, with Pushkar not being able to do anything. But the left arm saw much more of an intense development. At first, Pushkar's surge was enough to get a flash pin, but once Denis held Pushkar's initial hit, he would be in control, eventually winning with superior arm power. A year later, in 2011, the rivalry would go on to intensify. While Denis won two of their matches that year, Pushkar secured a notable 1-0 victory over Denis on the left arm during the Zloty Tur. They actually faced twice at that tournament. The first time it was a dominant flash pin for Pushkar, and in the finals, Andrey won thanks to Denis fouling out. In 2012 at the Russian Nationals, Pushkar and Denis would have one of the most insane wars the world had ever witnessed. To this day, this remains one of the most legendary arm-wrestling pieces of footage ever filmed, with over 10 million views on YouTube. So here is the breakdown. In the first round, Pushkar would obtain initial center dominance, driving to the pin pad, but Denis would, like in their previous matches, eventually contain, secure the cup and then win with superior bicep strength, reminiscent of their previous encounters. But Andrey wouldn't be discouraged, as in the second round he'd repeat the formula, get a great setup, and off the go hit even harder than before. In the straps, he'd crack Denis's wrist, holding a superior pronator position, but with his own wrist cracked, Denis would eventually time a response, putting in massive side pressure surges, eventually overpowering Andrey once again. 2-0. It seemed like Denis would get the job done, but Andrey meant business. The match exploded from the very start, with both athletes launching ferocious surges. Neither man was willing to give away anything, but Pushkar kept driving, pouring every ounce of power into the attack, and the pressure became so immense that Denis was resorting to a king's move. And for a moment, it looked as though Andrey might finally break through, and he came so agonizingly close. But close wasn't enough, as Denis would once again come out as the champ. But the gap between them was narrowing every time. The same year, at the A1 Russian Open, they'd have an excruciating battle. Andrey would once again first secure the center, but now he would also secure amazing hand control. Denis would be once again forced into a very uncomfortable position, but somehow, just to hold it on his arm power, it would be just too much to get the finish, regaining in the end. The left arm saw an even more dramatic story. The first round was actually a flash pin for Andrey, but in the second round, Denis would, of course, like always, respond. The third round would decide, with Denis being simply too much once again. By 2013, Denis still held control in their key encounters, but that wouldn't be without its drawbacks. He later described one of their battles at Nemiroff as so physically demanding that it left him injured after a prolonged battle. Andrey was right there with him, but he simply couldn't get the win. He was so close, but so far away at the same time. But he'd continue pushing on, and by 2014, he'd finally cracked that barrier. At Russian Nationals in March 2014, a similar development to their previous matches would occur. with Pushkar getting the upper hand at first, Denis with his wrist slightly cracked back, but not enough to not be able to get it back, with endurance and a stronger arm. But the defining moment would come in June of 2014 at the A1 Russian Open. Andrey Pushkar at that point was in incredible shape, smashing his way through everyone in the tournament to once again meet no other than Denis in the finals. On the left hand, Andrey would at first provide a flash pin, but later get stopped. And after a grueling center-table war, Denis would of course win on endurance. Classic story. But on the right, something unbelievable happened, as Andrey would go on to deliver disgusting flash pins to Denis Cyplenkov. Now it is true that Denis was tired after his grueling match against Dave Chaffee. Denis recounted a moment after Pushkar's win, where Pushkar said that he won the tournament, but he didn't beat Cyplenkov. A testament to how much they respected each other's strengths. But that doesn't take away anything from the fact that Andrey was truly improving. Because the next year in 2015, he'd smashed the competition once again, even flash pinning Dave Chaffee. Moving on into the future. By 2018, Denis had defeated Devon Larratt and became a sort of a final boss in arm wrestling. But there was a question that needed to be answered. A question whether Andrey Pushkar would have what it takes to challenge Denis once again. The two were scheduled for a massive right-hand super match at Vendetta All-Stars 50. But sadly the match would never go underway. In a final gesture of respect for his opponent and rival, Denis presented the championship belt to Pushkar's family, as he left as the undefeated champion. This rivalry remains the backbone of Denis's legacy, as he spent the majority of his career either preparing or fighting Pushkar, the man he considered his most enduring and honorable peer.